Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Deez. This is my workshop. We've got our Precision Matthews PM-25MV received from shipping and installed on the bench and finally cleaned up. All the Cosmoline, all the plastic portions taken off. It's plugged in. It's been test ran. There's a initial cycle that you take it through. Nothing too involved. But I wanted to do a quick intro video to this first video in this mill series that I plan on releasing. The filming of that unboxing and uncrating, I had to crate it, use a hoist to get it in here and put it up here. These things are heavy. Something you all need to realize. The mills are much heavier than the lathes. The lathe's heavy, don't get me wrong, but you can kind of muscle that thing around if you put it on a cart and get it where you need it to be. This thing here, you're not going to lift this by yourself. Unless you get a real small mini mill, like a true mini mill, you're not lifting this thing by yourself. I don't think two guys, unless you're muscle man, two guys aren't going to lift this thing. I got a crane, a garage hoist, little crane, like an engine hoist, and I was able to get it in here. I've got footage of all that. The reason I'm doing this intro is because I'm not sure how well that footage turned out. I haven't really edited all that, so I'm just going to start this video with an intro showing the mill in its cleaned up state. Got the DRO here, all the plastic coatings off of there. I got the Cosmoline cleaned up. It's on there tough, but the WD-40 just dissolves all that stuff, so that really helps if you're in the same boat that I was in. Everything's moving nice and free. This machine is put together very well. The paint job is very good on it. Overall, so far, I'm quite happy with the machine that showed up. I just wanted to do a quick intro to this video. The rest of this video is going to be me editing parts of uncrating, unboxing, hauling and muscling that thing in here, getting it mounted, getting it cleaned up, and showing that entire process. Subsequent videos will be tramming it in, doing initial first test cuts, learning the DRO, just all kinds of projects. But for now, I wanted to do a decent unboxing and setup video, and later we'll get into videos showing really close in-depth details. For those of you also interested in purchasing one of these, I'll get some lighting in here. We'll get some close-up shots and just show you the details of the machine. But for now, I hope you enjoy the unboxing and initial setup of the Precision Matthews PM-25MV benchtop milling machine. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Deez and this is my workshop. Today is the day. The PM-25MV has arrived. I told you all that I would share every aspect of this from beginning to end, all throughout my learning process, and we're going to start right here. The Precision Matthews ships these freight. The freight shipping it took less than a week to get here. The particular freight company that delivered to my home had a pallet jack, and they put it right where I wanted it to go. I have other ideas on how I'm going to get it into the workshop, but for now it arrived and I thought I would share just how it came. Comes on a pallet. I'm assuming that it is bolted to the pallet. The dimensions, this might be important for anybody looking to buy one of these things. As it comes from Precision Matthews, the dimensions are on the pallet from ground. The total height, 38.5, 38.5 inches. So when it comes off that freight truck, 38.5 inches, you're going to need somewhere to put it. The box is 28 by 28, I suspect, yeah. 28 by 28 square, but then you have your pallet on top of that. Pallet width, 34 by, and this would vary, 34, so it's 34 square, but that would vary as well, pallet to pallet, right? There is a little bit of if you had your own pallet jack, you probably could lift it from here, put it where you need it, but I don't. The total box height off the pallet is 33.5 inches tall. So there's the dimensions. It's got metal strapping to keep it all down. I think that's probably what goes through the pallet. It's also got some shrink wrap, plastic wrap around it just to add in protection. And then it's got a nice wooded crate that it's in. So the next thing I need to do is start taking this stuff apart, clip the straps, and see about getting this box off of here and see what's inside. That was pretty cool. They have labels all the way around. It's got my contact information on there, so I just want to obscure that. But every side, they've got a nice label with your information on it. Definitely shouldn't be any confusion on who it goes to. The sticker over here shows model PM-25MV DRO, and it's got the dimensions, total weight, 125 pounds. And then it's got the serial number as well. Let's get this plastic wrap off of here first. All right, let's get these metal straps off. That's going to be the next thing. So that's definitely what was keeping it on the pallet, those metal straps. So I can clip those down a little bit more, but looks like we got some screws keeping the top on. Let me grab a screw gun. Seems to be packed pretty well so far. Forgot one. All right, so unpacking it, we got the plastic wrap, metal straps, and then 16 screws around the base just holding the top on. And this top crate, this wooden portion, should lift off of there. Let's see what we get inside the box. There we go. All right. Looks pretty good. All right, let me get this crate out of the way and we'll keep on taking this apart. It's worth noting, I don't know if you can see this over here, but the chip pan is right here and there's some nails holding it on. So I'm gonna get that chip pan out of here, but I wanted to show you that they do attach the chip pan to the actual crate. All right, this is what I expected. The chip pan is very similar to the lathe chip pans. Not much to them, just your standard chip pan that goes down underneath the mill. About what you would expect. We'll put that in the workshop. And finally, let's take this plastic off of here. There it is. It's the milling machine. This isn't broke. It's got some wooden reinforcements here, lots of Cosmoline, a lot of grease, dusty, so it's been sitting a little while. Comes with a toolbox, and there's comes with a manual, extra fuse, DRO manual, and that DRO is back here. It does have the slides mounted to the side. This back portion, I think, is the arm for the DRO, so that it can mount the DRO. All right, I'll bring you over here so you can kind of get a closer up look, and then next steps is figuring out how to get this thing into the workshop. All right, I told you I'd bring you up a little closer. This is how it's shipped, other than I took the manual off right there. That's how it came. There's the toolbox, your standard Chinese toolbox. The DRO is tucked back here. It'll mount here. It should have already all the scales and everything mounted up here. We just got to get the DRO, carefully get this thing wrapped. There's instructions on where to grab it. I believe it's underneath, the head stock when you lift it. And I've got something to lift it with. So there we go. That's how it comes. Super excited about this. I think the next thing I need to do is kind of get off what I can that doesn't belong on there. And then I have a sling that I'll put around the headstock, and we'll be able to lift it and get it back into the workshop. But I don't need to have this extra toolbox on here. So let's get that off here. There's some accessories. We'll go through those accessories later. Then the DRO is also back here. We don't need that. Well, it's all attached, so I'm not going to take that off. I'm going to leave that the way it is, because I need to lift all this together. And then there's 4 bolts that have it mounted to the bottom of the crate. We want to get that off of there, and then we're going to lift it. So I'm going to get those bolts off there. I'm not going to record that, and then get set up to lift this thing and put it where it's going to go. All right, we got her off of there. Got to take it really slow. Take your time. I was able to muscle it through here, and I've got it kind of resting on one of the legs. Both my legs are shored up. Got a power cord there. I don't like how things are dangling, but anyway, there it is. So we're gonna wheel it back over there and get ready to lift it. Now I do need to shorten up my straps because I can only go up so high, but this will work. right, everybody, I got it moved and successfully placed on the bench. As you can see, that's step one. So there is an official unboxing and placement of the PM-25MV Precision Matthews milling machine on my workbench, from unboxing to craning to moving, heaving it in here, and that is what I got. So we've got a lot more work to do. I need to bolt it to the bench. Right now I've got it positioned to where I can get my through bolts mounted into here. I've got a couple in the back, just kind of positioning it. The DRO's up there. I just went ahead and put the bolt through it. I haven't really mounted it tight. I just wanted to get it off of the dangling out of the back, because the back's got all these wires and everything. I just don't want anything kinked or bound up. But overall, the machine looks to be in pretty good condition. It looks to be, you know, very similar to a lot of the buttons and stuff that come on the VEVOR, but this one looks to be a lot more put together, a lot better. They definitely greased it. There's a ton of grease on this thing. There's a lot of this Cosmoline. That stuff's hard on there. So they say to use like WD-40 to clean all that off. We got our grease buttons here, oil buttons. So I have a lot of work to do. The next steps are going to be to mount this thing, and then I'm going to get on with cleaning it and taking things apart. I'll probably record that as well. Why not? But I won't record taking all this plastic off of here. But I do want to set you up over here. Let's look and see what we got in the toolbox, and then I'm going to bring the unboxing video to a close. Just thought I'd bring you in here a little bit closer. They really greased this up to keep it from rusting, which is good. But this Cosmoline stuff, the VEVOR didn't have all that, but it's hard. So I'm gonna have to use something to get all that off. Probably use WD-40 to start with. We'll just scrub it, get it all off. Gotta put our handles on the side, just make sure everything's working. I did loosen up the locking bolts, and we can lift it, lower it, just get it all cleaned up. A lot of work to do, but at any rate, that's it unboxed, put on the bench, lagged down, bolted to the bench, and yeah, we'll just keep on. So like I said, it came with the DRO. You saw that. We're gonna get all that stuff cleaned up later, but right now it came with, I'll show you what it came with just a little bit closer here. Came with a manual. It's the one that you can download online is a lot better than this one, but there's a manual, tells you about the electronics and parts and, you know, schematics and that sort of thing. There's a fuse. It's going to be for the DRO, no doubt. And then the operator manual for the DRO. So I have to figure all that out. In addition, these were the mounting bolts that mounted the thing to the crate. But let's see what they sent in this gem. It actually looks like a little bit better toolbox than it. No, it's not. It's junk. Let's see what we got though. These are the accessories that I got with my mini lathe. Now that, it's not great, but this is a better oiler than what came with the VEVOR. Had a plastic oiler tip. It would never work for those button oilers, but this one actually might work. You know, you got this tip that goes on there and you can squeeze oil into those button oilers. Better than VEVOR. What else did we get? We got a couple screwdrivers. Now, time will tell, but these look better than the ones that came with the VEVOR. They got that Craftsman look to them. A little better than VEVOR. They may hold up. Probably harder than the one with VEVOR that came with the VEVOR. We've got grease on that, but here is one of the handles that's going to be for probably the handles that go on the end of the table. Here's the other one. We've got some T, okay, that'll be for the bed, some T-slot nuts. We've got, that would be my drawbar. So there's my R8 drawbar. No doubt. What else? We've got, oh, instead of just some random Allen keys, they actually sent a, I don't know, at least as a holder. I mean, again, better quality than you're getting from Vevor. Another fuse, so that'll be for the mill. What else we got? Some tooling, wrenches. I'll hand it to them. The tooling is better. It's a little bit better quality than, I mean, you're not buying professional snap-on tools, but with that said, these tools are better. I'll give it to them. Put them out there. There we go. So there's going to be, so I can tighten down the collets and the tooling. These have a more rounded finish than the Vevor ones. I'll give it to them. These are okay wrenches. You know, good to stick on a magnet and have them there. So it does come with some tooling that you're going to need, and that's it. There really isn't a whole lot more that came with this thing. But I wanted to share that as a final unboxing, what we got with it. At any rate, remember, I bought this with my own money. This was not a promo. This is not a gift item. This is not any of that kind of stuff. There's nothing foolish going on here. This is strictly my own lathe with my own money. I chose the Precision Matthews based off of research, and we're gonna learn this thing together, and I'll take you along for the ride. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned. There's gonna be a whole lot more with this mill. So we've got it up on the bench. I went ahead and have it lagged down with the bolts. There's 4 of them. It's solid. I mean, it's not moving. I'm going to go through the manual and make sure everything's kind of set up the way that they recommend it. And it really is coming down to cleaning it. There is a ton of grease on this thing. It's great for rust prevention, but I got a lot of cleanup to do. They recommend WD-40, so that's what I'm going to use. The DRO, I've got it mounted over here. It looks pretty good. Haven't turned anything on yet. The Cosmoline and grease. This stuff it's like hard. Not looking forward to cleaning this off. But the only thing to do is get after it and get this stuff cleaned off. It's just hard, yellow. It's like varnish. It's not sticky. It's weird stuff. I just want to make sure the machine turns on and complete the official assembly and mounting in its spot. Just thought I'd bring you back. I experimented with scraping it. It's this, whatever this varnish stuff is a pain. But what I discovered, if you just spray some WD-40 on there and let it sit, it starts dissolving all that stuff. As you can see, it's really coming off of there now. Yep. That's working a lot better. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to let this sit. Spray it a couple more times. Get it down in the T-slots. Get all that cleaned up as well. Just go over it, and over it until I get all this Cosmoline off of here. All that stuff. So for now, I think I'm just going to let it sit. Do its thing. And then we'll come back. I thought I'd share that. If you find yourself in this situation, just spray it with WD-40, let it sit. It seems to dissolve that stuff. Thought I'd give you all an update. I'm still cleaning this thing up. I got the top cover off and just cleaning. There was a lot of grease on the vertical dovetails and the rest of the machine, but I am really making some good progress here. I got all that Cosmoline varnish, whatever you want to call it, off of there. Oiling things up. Things are really coming together. I need to peel this kind of stuff off of here. But overall, this machine is made leaps and bounds better than that Vevor. At least the quality control. I don't know if it's made in the same factories or what, but this thing is made with some actual care. So you can tell a difference between a company that cares and the offshoots with like the Vevor and some of the other crappy brands. But at any rate, I'm gonna get the rest of these plastics protective stuff pulled off of here. Maybe. Not even showing you. And then, of course, I got this shield off of here. Cut that off. And I got one on the outside. At any rate, I'm going to finish cleaning this up and I'll bring you back. We got to do a run-in period. So we've got the machine cleaned up. I've got everything nice and clean. I got all that yellow stuff off of there. I've got it lubed up, put the oil in the button oilers anywhere that I could. I've cleaned up just like what the manual said. And now I'm ready to plug it in and do the break-in period. So the first thing it said to do was test my e-stop and the chip guard stop. So we're going to test those things out and go through the warm-up period. So the first thing is, let's get this plugged in. That's the DRO. Here is the mill. Okay. Turn it on. It's in neutral. If it's like the lathe, it won't turn on. Let's turn it to forward. Oh. Turn it back to neutral. So the e-stop, you do got to twist it a little tighter than you would think. Okay. It's on. Of course, it's not in forward or reverse. E-stop should shut it off, and it just went off. Let's try that again. Let's put it in forward. A little bit of a delay, but if the machine's running a draw, I'm sure that will shut off quicker. The next thing is a chip guard. We got her on. It's not running, so maybe that doesn't matter. Well, it does. So the chip guard also works and shuts it off. Okay, so that was the first couple tests that I was supposed to do. Let's see, the next thing. So we got her in forward. I've got it out of E-stop. Let's turn it on. Now it says to slowly rotate it up to 200. It says to run it at 200 for one minute. It's pretty quiet. I mean, that's running. And then it says to slowly run it up to 1250. So let's slowly do that. I cannot believe how quiet this thing is. Pretty quiet. And now it says it's ready to run. Precision Matthews mill. It's going to be a blast to use. There's the DRO. This is going to be a good time. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy what's upcoming with the videos on this thing. Anyway, thanks for watching.